December 27th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Oh, we're going straight in. Sounds great. All right, yeah.
Hey!
Vampire, let's go for round 2 with
Hey!
garlic, clove, and a steak.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Defense is ready, Your Honor. Karma.
Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready.
Who is the judge here anyway?
Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement? Very well, no opening statement, so...
What?
Hey!
Vampire.
Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking.
Pauses waste our time, and yet you're the one who wants us to not waste time, so pretty much you're wasting all of our time by and just being just a generalized nuisance all around.
Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now.
Okay. That's not gonna fucking happen, first and foremost.
Oh yeah, because there's no time limit in this game, stupid.
Also, I would laugh my ass off hilarious if this stream only lasted 3 more minutes.
Order, order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah, must you question everything?
I'm gonna question that. Sorry, my brain just had a little bit of a spark in the back of my head. I need to think about something. This happens when I read murder mysteries for the first time, guys, so I apologize. And some of you may recognize this from when I had like moments during like Master Detective Archives. Something in the back of my brain tells me I'm missing something because we just talked about the DL6. We just talked about the 3 people inside the elevator. Young Yogi is that's what's making my brain tickle.
You trying to figure out who he is?
Yeah, what's his name? Yanni Yogi or yeah? Because I'm like, there's no record of no ID, no citizenship.
I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him.
Okay, then that means this country is out of fucking whack if you can't identify a person. What was I just bitching about to Gumshoe at the first half of this fucking thing? As to why the identification process in this country is whacked. Is our boat caretaker our missing suspect? Because I'm like, wait a minute, I was just bitching about this at the beginning of the stream. And yet, this guy vanishes into thin air right after the case? The tickle in my brain has been satisfied. That's a theory. I'm gonna work that. That's a theory. I think that's a theory. I'm gonna claim that as a theory. Moving on.
A game theory.
And we're moving on.
It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste.
I mean, I spent 3 minutes, like, tickling my brain, so unfortunately you are wrong.
I'll call my witness now.
Right.
Right.
Sorry.
I call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand.
It's that mysterious boat shop owner.
Witness, state your profession.
I am the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Gore Lake.
Yeah, Karma, your decisive witness is definitely going to be a great part of this.
And I also rent boats.
The night of the incident, you were the boat rental shop, correct?
Yep, I was.
Please testify.
Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Is that part of jurisdiction that you have to identify?
I mean, I would imagine for, you know, the sake of the court record to know who the fuck this guy is.
Von Karma has been shown to hide information. He's hiding his identity. Motherfucker, who are you? I want to know if Von Karma knows your fucking identity.
Objection!
Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah.
He needs to identify himself. This is a court of law.
I predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate.
Yeah, right.
The witness will state his name.
Thank you, Judge, for actually being a judge.
Well, I'm not really sure. Yep.
What do you mean?
My memory.
Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years.
This is really skewing into the whole, like, because the police officer that was in that elevator had brain damage. And brain damage does not have to necessarily equate to dementia, but it can equate to the loss of neurons and synapses that would equate to memory. So, methinks this is our missing DL6 suspect.
Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He could testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness?
Okay. The night of the murder.
It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual.
Pardon me. I went the long way around. He heard a gunshot after midnight. When was this one taken? Sorry, I'm also trying to lay out information. Sorry, my bad. I'm so sorry. I'm moving on.
Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang.
Okay, I got it. 1 was fired on Christmas Eve, 2 were fired on Christmas Day. That's the 3 gunshots. We don't know where the bullets are landed, but at least 1 landed in a body. Okay, but we have 2 misfires as well as 1 landing where it needed to land.
Just about then, the boat comes back to the store and the man walks by my window.
Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination.
What?
There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony.
Bullshit!
Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict.
Oh,
now.
eat a thing of fucking garlic, my dude.
Yes.
Judge,
Mr.
we're
Wright?
cross-examining. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness.
Very well. You may begin.
Yeah, that's right. Have a heart attack, you fucking vampire.
Excuse me, Mr. One Karma? 3 minutes just passed.
Oh, dang, your prediction was wrong. Dang, you wouldn't make a very good theorist now, would you?
I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness.
Thank you. All right.
Here's her cojones back.
Huh?
Here's her cojones back.
All right. It was a night of okay. It was the rest. Hold on. It was a night of the 24th, just after midnight. Just after midnight, you say?
Yep, just around then.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure, yep.
When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. What?
I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right?
Don't glare at me like that. I remember it clearly. I did. Yep.
You see? Continue.
Okay, I was in the restaurant where, yeah, that's fine. Then I heard a bang. And where did the bang seem to come from?
From the lake, I figure.
So it was from the lake. Okay. So, that's fair. The point of origin for those 3 shots had to have been from the same gun.
Are you certain?
Yep.
Good. Continue.
Okay. This boat just... Anyone on the boat? Was there someone in the boat?
It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there. Yep.
But you couldn't see them clearly.
Yep. At the time, that is.
At that time. Then I heard another bang. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna question one more thing. By your window.
Yep, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack.
And could you see the man's face?
Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him.
This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony.
Thank you. Sir. What? I have a bad feeling about this.
That man wasn't defending. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead.
And what was Polly like? No, because Polly was... If Polly... Okay. Pardon me. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad!
Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by too.
Okay, good to know. That means Polly is confirming my theory that this guy is the 3rd.
Witness, are you sure the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth?
It was him, that Edgeworth boy. My back.
This sounds like decisive evidence indeed.
Bullshit!
I see no room for doubt.
On karma. He lured me into a cross-examination so he could set me up for a fall. Nick, I don't like the way things are going. I got it. We have to start questioning something. There is one thing I do have to question. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. Act quick or this trial is going to be over. I am actually going to raise an objection. There is a point of contention. He could not see the boat clearly, and he claims that there are 2 men.
Objection!
Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun.
Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints on Edward's right hand found on the gun?
Pardon me. Okay, just making sure because it was fired from the left hand.
And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand?
Exactly.
That is easily explainable.
No, it's not.
He could have wiped his prints after he fired.
Do you know how hard it is to actually wipe fingerprints off of material, especially a gun metal with the rubber that's around probably the frame of the handle? Do you know how hard it would be to wipe your prints off of that?
You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true.
Judge Lesson thought, what should I do? Excuse me, I still have to raise an objection.
Objection!
Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... What?
Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all.
Then where is your evidence?
Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If his testimony is lie, show us proof.
Okay. Nick, do we have evidence? So good. There's nothing. Yes, there is. You stupid. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. You hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. I got it, guys. Chill. Like, Phoenix, chill. You literally do have something that's off about his testimony.
3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees the reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts.
What? No!
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Are you serious?
guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned.
You're kidding. Wait!
Who was that just now?
Me? Huh? What? Larry! What are you doing here, you stupid?
What are you doing here?
Listen, you gotta just listen to me.
Larry, what are you doing here, duty? Duty? Booty? Whatever, your butt!
I was there in the park the night of the murder.
I knew you were there! I thought you were the other witness, you shitbag! What did you see?
I wasn't sure about it until yesterday. But today I remembered it.
Remembered what?
The gunshot. I heard it too.
Order! What is the meaning of this?
This is my witness now, Von Karma, and if you're gonna make me have respect for your witness, you're gonna have respect for mine! Sit your vampire ass down back in the coffin where you belong!
The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot?
Yeah, I did. A gunshot. That night. Oi, this voice thing takes a lot out of you.
Right?
I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify.
Order! Order! Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed.
Let him testify.
Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Nick! This is it! Larry's giving us one final chance at this! She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick! It doesn't get any worse! You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned.
Judge, you're the judge of that.
Allow me to speak my opinion.
Please, sir.
In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict.
Yes.
In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard.
Yes.
What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty.
Yeah, that's right, Judge. Have some balls.
Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now.
Yeah, that's right. Get to juego. Let's go.
What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned.
Thank you, Judge. Jesus Christ. Whew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there.
Larry was at the lake that night?
Yeah, she was looking for the inflatable. He found the inflatable that night. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew in the lake.
Oh, right.
And he found the balloon in the air tank.
And he found the balloon in the air tank that night?
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth.
Edgy boy, yoo-hoo.
Huh? You say something right?
Yeah, a lot of things. You see him out of it. What's wrong?
It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth? There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking.
You know, that's human nature.
I didn't have a reason, really.
I see.
Right.
Yeah.
This might be our chance.
Our chance?
Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials.
Perfect trials?
Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. And that's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before court. And that someone is Larry.
What are you getting at?
Fuck, I wish I knew I wish I remember the lyrics to that Rip Pants song.
I'm sorry? Oh, wait. Oh, the SpongeBob one? Ah, yeah.
I'll remember later. It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick! No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth.
Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything's on Larry now. Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about what this guy's gonna say, but remember, he's already declared to me that he left before Christmas because he left before midnight. Wait a minute. That means he probably heard the first shot. The first shot was before midnight. He said he left before midnight. He may have heard the first shot. Then he could clarify what that first shot and that first photo Lana gave us was. Then there's our three. There! This is where the math is gonna math properly! We're gonna figure out the 3 gunshots! Let's go! Get in here, Larry! You beautiful human being!
Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw. On the night of December 24th.
Right. Leave it to me.
Please, Larry, don't mess this one up! I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance! Well, Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about his being our big break. Alright, lay it on me, buddy!
That night I was out on the boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang.
Yep, and there is the one before midnight, which is collaborating with Lotta's first photograph of the before midnight shot.
I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
Wait. The shot came from the lake, but there was no boat?
That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Sure. Yes, pardon me for 1 minute. Uh-huh. Intriguing. There is no definitive time of death, is there? The fucker could have died on the first shot. Oh. Oh. This became very interesting. Theory. Laying on the table my theory right now. This guy was shot on the 24th. And he managed to stay alive until he had to fall out of the boat from his wound. There's my theory right there. So, amongst the 3 gunshots that were clearly heard, I think the first one is the one that takes him out. And so he only had time to survive, to talk to Edgeworth on that boat, before falling to his death in the water. Theory on the table. That's all I'm going to leave it for now.
What's wrong, Nick?
It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared.
Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
And I was out on the lake. We already know why. We're looking for something. Yep, we already found it. Slip back. Around what time was that?
Well, let's see. I think I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12. Yeah.
Which would be the close time around that bang. Yep.
You're not sure?
Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay?
People use watches these days, Larry. Yeah. Time. Can you claim that? Where did the sound come from? Yeah, where did it come from specifically?
Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know?
Did you look at the lake?
Yeah, I looked.
Yeah, so that can be collaborated with the photo that we saw. Wasn't there a boat out on the lake?
Order, order! Well, Mr. Butz?
Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not.
Oh, okay. No problem. That's just the most important part of this case! Better that it went home.
Can you tell us time, please?
So you only heard 1 bang, correct?
Yeah.
Well, Nick?
It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions.
Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful.
No, it's all good. I gotta think about this. Okay, so that was so slip back into the dock. Okay. This is what I need to use. Because I need to be able to corroborate the fact that he only heard 1 single shot around the time he was at the boat. Because, let's see. Because he only claimed 1 bang. Lada says there's 2. So that's the obvious contradiction. I'm going to press this one. Hold on, make sure I missed you. I looked out of the didn't see a boat after this. That single, yeah, there, specifically single gunshot. No, because if I press it, no, because he only heard 1 shot. Because Lada said they were back to back, so it had to. He would have been able to hear the second one. Dude, where's the second one?
Objection!
Wait a sec, Larry.
What?
You only heard 1 bang? You're sure?
That's what I said.
But Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night.
Huh?
Were you even listening? Were you even paying attention to all that they said?
Yo, Nick, please.
Huh?
You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay?
Motherfucker, this is a murder case!
Mr. Butz,
What?
you only heard 1 gunshot? Are you sure?
Because here's the thing. I know that this gunshot was done before midnight. The only reason I'm bringing it up is so that I can corroborate with his testimony that there were 3 gunshots and we don't know where they came from, thus clearing Edgeworth of Guys, that's my reasoning as to why I'm doing this, is because Michaela Laws, knows that this first gunshot that he heard was before midnight. Because we already have Lotta's photo to clear up that, yeah, it was the first gunshot. So we can easily collaborate that the first gunshot could have been the one to kill Hammond, because we could not get a clear definition of where this gunshot came from. So, because we don't know, it is of very doubtful evidence that Edgeworth was actually the one who fired and actually killed the guy. Basically, we have reasonable doubt that Edgeworth was the murderer.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
Huh?
Not sure. How can you not be sure?
Yeah, well, I, might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else.
Something else?
My radio, dude, with my headphones.
What?
Order! Order! And stop that booing! Even though there wasn't really any booing.
Right?
Mr. Butz. You were listening to the radio with your headphones?
Yeah, so what? That a crime?
Gunshots could be heard over headphones, so it makes sense.
Depends on how loud he was listening to it.
If he was jamming the hell out and breaking his eardrums, sure, I could believe it.
Kids these days. I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal?
Mr. One Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should we continue the testimony?
Nope, we're gonna keep talking about it. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony.
Bah. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know what he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butz. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio.
Right, leave it to me.
I wouldn't if there were anyone else, believe me. Alright. Talk to me, Larry.
It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an old request show on the radio, see?
Okay.
I was listening to it real booing loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot.
That tracks, absolutely. With the Australian $7.99, so sugar withdrawal is a thing, I'm going through it. Make sure you have a little bit of sugar at a time. Don't overpower yourself with sugar.
I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too.
You never go cold turkey with anything, because if you go cold turkey, your body will just react negatively.
You were listening to your radio at a high volume?
Yes.
Yeah, what's the big problem? Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country?
I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem is here.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What if it was probably nothing more than a drum beat for the radio? True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me? DJ?
Disco jockey. An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway,
Disco jockey?
what this means is, Judge, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between the songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Okay. Alright, Larry, what'd you hear? Oh wait, this is my cross-examination. I was listening to Real Blooming Life, but I was sure I heard the gunshot. I remember...
Hold it!
What did he say? What did she say?
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care.
We should, because we'll probably say what the next song is, what they were saying, and the fact that there is no song playing. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask?
Fine, very well. Mr. Butz, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot.
Hold it!
Almost Christmas. Is this where the almost Christmas meme comes from? Are you sure?
Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice.
Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how this helped. This helped us a lot! This is the most ludicrous assessment I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. Gotta press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. I think that's it. I think of the lake photo. Because if you heard the shot before midnight, because me bringing this up, me bringing this up won't matter. Because I could just corroborate that this is before midnight. I mean, it could work. So either one. This would corroborate that is a different gunshot. So that would make the math. This one, right here.
Objection!
You also could have picked Lada's disposition.
Oh, straight up. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct?
Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know that I don't scare that easy.
There's something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas." But he heard the gunshot.
It was a woman speaking.
Oh, it's almost Christmas.
Oh, no, sexy tone. It's almost Christmas. There you go.
Indeed.
And here we go.
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas.
You said the thing, chat.
Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case, yes.
But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact.
Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:25, 0:15. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day.
This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight.
That means the 3 bullets that went out of the gun are now accounted for.
Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious.
Now I just imagine as it is a pants to Larry and it's just a fucking Among Us dude.
Well, Mr. Wright,
Alright, whoops, wrong voice.
what do you think about Mr. Buzz's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight?
He is absolutely correct, and I have a photo evidence to prove it. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
If you choose Larry's wrong, he'll chastise you for not agreeing with the statement and force you to try again.
Fair enough.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight.
Here you are, your royal vampireness.
Take that!
Look at this photograph. Every time I look, it makes me laugh. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Which is also been verified by Larry that he saw no boat on the lake. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Aha!
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50. That's why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve.
Indeed, it would seem that is the case.
Ooh!
Voice acting,
Then-
huh? This takes a lot out of you, huh?
Then, where does that leave us?
Confirming 3 gunshots.
Ms. Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken?
No, not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, That night, there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Right, there's also a gunshot after that one.
Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera.
Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear.
Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any.
Taking a look. Because the pistol claims fired 3 times. However, right now we're claiming 2. We're claiming 2 gunshots. So, me bringing this up, I'm tempted, because this is my last one. I think this is, like, in case the others don't work. Because this can collaborate that there are 3 gunshots. And we already know, because of Lotta's suspicions, there were 2 gunshots after midnight.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that we only hear 2 gunshots, but for some reason the report is saying 3.
Yeah, because it's missing 3 bullets in the chamber. Because there has to be some sort of magazine chamber where it's missing 3 bullets. That's why I'm thinking either we present the gun, which shows 3 bullets are missing, or we present Lotta's position, which she claims 2 gunshots. The issue is, I don't think this one will matter. I don't think Lotta's position will be it, because she states after midnight. So we're trying to claim the one before midnight, so I'm thinking it's the pistol. Because my other last option would be the camera itself, but what's the chance of me being able to bring the camera in, bring Lotta in, and the camera? So I'm going to take the hit if it's wrong. Pistol. Take that! Yep, I was wrong.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Oh, wait, I was right? I thought I was wrong! He said this is the evidence, I thought I was wrong, I'm so sorry. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake.
Again, my theory seems true. I think the first shot was the one that actually injured Hammond, and Hammond tried to confront Edgeworth and tried to fire in the dark twice, and then died from the wound.
Exactly. And this is true. There were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why?
Oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? So basically, literally anything can happen in 25 minutes, including a guy getting shot. Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai?
Oh, yeah, of course I remember.
The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya!
Yes?
If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edward's guilty verdict! I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it!
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict! We have nothing to lose! You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick?
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So, you finally realized the truth. There could be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
That is an absolute fucking lie, and you're deluding yourself if you really truly believe so. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide.
No one's denying those facts.
Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
We have photographic evidence. Oh, sorry, I thought it was. Okay, my bad.
Even. We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting.
Are we certain that's the actual killing shot?
The time step on the photo says 0:15.
But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot in the lake. That's the only way Edgeworth could be innocent. And actually, you can survive a gunshot wound depending on where it landed. The autopsy report never confirmed where the shot landed, nor did it confirm an exact time of death.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are.
Edgeworth and Hammond. It's both Edgeworth and Hammond. Miles Edgeworth and Robert Hammond.
Yes, I believe you are mad. That is exactly what I've been telling the court this whole time. You're agreeing with me, and yet, what did you just say? That Robert Hammond had been killed 25 minutes before the shot on the boat?
Yes, gunshot wounds are not automatic kills. You can still bleed out from a wound. You can still you can survive a bullet shot.
Except that wasn't the right answer.
Yes, that's what I said. I was just testing you, fucker. Fucker!
Mr. Wright.
What?
Your client has already been declared guilty once. I'm going to have to penalize you for this foolishness.
God damn it!
I'll ask you again.
Hold on, I'm thinking. If Hammond's already... Clever fuck. Edgeworth was on the boat. I'm going to confirm Edgeworth was indeed on the boat. Hammond's body was dumped. Motherfucker dove. The murderer was on the boat too, and he dove. Sorry, I thought it was... See, my theory was that Hammond was, like, surviving the gunshot wound and fell into the water to, like, die in the water. But no, it's cleverer than that. The murderer himself decided to dive out of the boat because no one could see him. He used the fog to his advantage and made it look like Hammond was in the water when Hammond's body was probably already dumped onto the lake. Oh my god, my brain. My brain. Okay, theory again on the table. Theory again on the table. We saw no boat on the lake because it was probably hidden by more fog, probably further out onto the lake where no one could really see it. Hammond was shot on a boat and was dumped into the water. And then Edgeworth and the murderer were on the boat later that day, and he jumped into the water so that way people knew where the body would be, and the murderer fucking dipped. My brain! Ah! I love it! Oh my god, that's so clever! That is so fucking clever! I love it! After the murderer killed Richard Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Hammond's place instead.
I'm not sure what to make of all of this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer, lad.
The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. We don't know. There's no Chekhov's gun that was clearing out, like, anyone who could have potentially been part of this. Yeah.
It's Larry Butz.
Womanizer. Yes, that's another line that I've heard. Larry Butz, womanizer. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know? Bah, again you waste my time.
I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Rob. That's a swing! Phoenix, where are you going with this? Because the old man wouldn't have the energy to be able to... Unless he could have the energy to dive, then... Would the old man have the energy to dive under the water and then be a witness to such an event? Huh.
The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot them? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat?
What? Well then, where did the murder take place?
Somewhere along the lakeside. Or maybe further out on the lake. Okay. Pardon me for 1/2 second. Oh shit! I goofed and I pressed the wrong spot. My bad. Yep. he was surprised that I goofed up. Okay. Now, okay, court record. I can't reach the court record. Okay. It would have to be his house. Because that way he can use a boat, dump the body, come the boat back. Yeah, it'd have to be his house.
Take that!
Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he can meet the victim without anyone seeing.
Objection!
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. The night he was out on the lake in the boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor. Your Honor? Even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat?
The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond.
Is it weird to, like, in my head, I also hear Makoto's theme from Danganronpa when you, like, whenever he contradicts somebody, and, like, you know what theme I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know the thing. Yeah, I see it. 100%. When he got into the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then, who fired the pistol in the boat, Mr. Wright?
The caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details.
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
Create a witness. Because Lotta was listening. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit, then he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol on the boat behind him.
I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's quit coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Something seems off about that, if to be very, 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 very honest. The old man has brain damage. Why all of a sudden would he want to just exact revenge on the guy who got him off? Yeah, something's fishy about this. Because here's
there is a reason why, but
okay. I'm just saying, but like, why would the guy who kill his lawyer, the one who made him innocent? That makes no sense to me. He has brain damage, sure, but that doesn't equate to having some sort of like epiphany of the past sins that you've committed.
Bailiff? Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand.
Okay. Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
what Wright said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hanman. He asked me to come to the boat shop at the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he has something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry. I can't say what it was.
Is it because he's part of the case, so there's a legal binding that he can't talk about it or something like that?
Your Honor, sir! Bailiff, we're conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
The witness has disappeared. He doesn't have the boat shop either.
What the fuck?
What?
What should I do?
Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away.
Wait, he has cognizance? So he doesn't have brain damage?
Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued.
Can prosecutors do that?
Only judges can. How the fuck do you have a search warrant out without the judge's express permission?
It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Okay. We're operating on a fictional law logic. Japanese law doesn't also apply here as well. There are some parts of Japanese law that haven't been necessarily reflected here either. So this is fictional law.
Also, keep in mind, we're Americans. We know nothing about Japanese law.
So, yeah.
Yay, Nick, you did it!
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, this game has very familiar law-abiding rules and regulations, but this is not any sort of national law official. It's just taking inspirations.
Yeah, because, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody here knows the whole lawyer reacting to Phoenix Wright videos and stuff like that, and just about, you know, everything in this game, like, would not apply to American court.
Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
And what about Larry? That was something else! Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out!
Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Edgy boy.
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you.
I smell something. Edgeworth, what are you hiding? I need you to confirm to me who you saw that night. Because if it's the caretaker or if it's someone else, I need to know where Chekhov's gun is! Edgeworth?
No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
Just geese already.
I get you have feelings for me, but if you have feelings for me, I need you to confess it right now so that way all of the chat can just finally confirm that this ship is, like, canon.
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I fuck. A memory of a crime that I committed.
Well, here's the thing about nightmares. Symbolically, they could either be proof of a memory, or they could be a distorted memory. If it's a distorted memory, you blame yourself, and that's why you believe you committed a crime, when you actually witnessed a crime and are placing yourself in the position of being so negligent about the crime that you feel like you're the one who committed it. A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder.
What do you think? Okay, to be continued.